Get your day started the right way with Good Day Tampa Bay.
All right, checking some consumer news this morning. It might only be October, but guess what? You should be thinking about your financial checklist. This morning, we're joined by Kevin Caldwell, the founder of Tampa Bay financial planning firm, Golden Road Advisors. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, most people are like, all right, let me get past, Halloween, and then we've got the holidays. You don't want to think about that end of the year financial checklist, but why now and what should be on it?
I think that's the reason why, exactly what you said. We're in late October, and by the time you get to, the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all those kind of times, you're just not thinking about it.
Right.
So things can go to the wayside.
Okay, so right now, what should be on that list?
Yeah, another thing too is that a lot of investments will distribute taxable gains in November.
Okay.
And so that's one thing that you can take a look for, look at investments and see if they're planning to pay a taxable distribution, and that's one thing you can get in front of. Another thing is you can look at your pay stub and see how much you've saved into your 401k plan, your HSA plan, and see if that matches with what your goals were at the beginning of the year, or see if you even have an opportunity to save more.
Okay, on that note, can you scramble right now? Is there still time? Let's say you're like, oh, I could have put more into that account to try to reduce my taxable income. Too late if you didn't distribute it, or could you do a big money dump?
You should be able to increase your contributions and put more money in before the end of the year.
Okay, so people might be a little overwhelmed thinking, well, I did ABC, but I didn't do this. What can we push to next year and not have to worry about?
We're used to dealing with financial procrastination, so great question.
Yes.
Well, if you're making IRA contributions, you actually have until tax filing date, which will be April of next year. Some other things to consider that you can't push off would be charitable contributions. So obviously there's a lot of people still in need, and you can make donations to charities that a lot of times will have some tax benefit as well. That has to be done by December 31st. The IRS operates on a calendar year.
Okay, that makes sense. So that does have kind of a hard out. In your field with your clients, if there was something you could say to them like, hey, please get this done right now. Is there anything at the top of your list? What is something that people tend to sort of overlook?
I think just in general having this conversation is important. Tax rates tend to be lower than people think they are.
Okay.
And so there's some opportunity at the end of the year to maybe even realize more taxable income at a lower rate than you expect, which can add to your lifetime, assets. And so, that's just part of it. It's really just having the conversation at the end of the year, and it's hard to get in front of people given how busy our lives are and what's coming, in the next couple months.
To make it easier next time around. Okay, so it's not October, it's January. Are there things that we can divide up to be a little more proactive versus making that list now and saying, okay, I could have done things differently?
I just think that, financial adulting, if you will, is something that we have to force ourselves to do. And, there's some big times in the year we have to do taxes, right? So I think around tax time, if you aren't just completely exhausted with it, just push through a little bit further, maybe explore some other opportunities. Just to ultimately, all we're trying to do is help people take the resources they have and make the most of them.
That makes perfect sense. And yeah, I think I'm going to use that phrase from now on when it's tax time and be like, sorry, I can't do that. I have to go do some financial adulting.
There you go. Love it.
Good tips. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks so much.
All right, we will be right back.